Yo, Bo, welcome to another episode of In the Life with Mighty Fan. I got just a few things to share, a couple jerseys, a couple hats, some, Super Bowl related attire with the jerseys and hats as well. So we're going to roll through those. We are now a week away from Super Bowl 57. So looking forward to that, as you all know. So let's start here. This is a bit of a crazy jersey, but it definitely caught my eye. Another jersey for this player collection, I guess, if you want to call it. So, I guess later this month, the Capitals and the Hurricanes are going to be playing in the Stadium Series at the NC State Stadium where the Wolfpack play. So the Hurricanes are going to be the host team, and both are wearing pretty crazy jerseys, but not as crazy as this one. The Capitals certainly, they kind of went all out with the big eagle, jersey. So in recent years, you've seen teams wear jerseys with a huge logo on the front, particularly for the Stadium Series. Like the Capitals are doing it now, but the Avalanche, the Lightning, the Kings, big logos. Obviously, because you can see them from far away. Because when you're in a stadium, the ice is down there, and then you're kind of, so everything's bigger. And it used to be, it was just the numbers on the sleeves and on the back or whatever would be the big thing about the jersey. Teams have kind of taken it to another level, and they're like, we're gonna make our logos huge. So this is the Capitals, and as you can see, the wings kind of go spread out, almost look like it's part of the sleeve in a way. If you just keep the sleeves down. Just a crazy design, but I really like it. I mean, this is one that when I first saw it, I'm like, okay, that's different. But then, the more I look at it and actually having it in hand, it's really a nice jersey. This is a Fanatics version. It was the only version that was available at the time I got it. I think since you can get the Adidas version, but I didn't want to pay more because the Eagles, going on this run. So I knew that the funding would be put towards another Eagle, the green ones. So, but it's an OV jersey. You see the captaincy on the front. There was a very good special on Ovechkin yesterday as part of the All-Star, I guess, festivities. And it was like greatness, his chase for, the goal-scoring record. And I thought it was kind of funny. He said, they asked what he drinks, what's in his bottle. And he says, Coke. He drinks Coca-Cola all the time. He said, because he heard from a trainer when he first came into the league, it helps with energy. And he drinks Coca-Cola all the time. Hey, whatever works, man. He has over 800 goals. So, obviously it's doing the job. I'm a big Coca-Cola fan too, so I thought that was kind of cool. But we have the big, again, as you're going to see on all these stadium or, what have you, Winter Classics, the numbers are always going to be huge. But now the logos are huge too. And then you got the logo for the Stadium Series. There it is in Raleigh. Raleigh 2023. Pretty cool logo right there. I guess hockey always does a great job with their logos and all the stuff on the jerseys, right? Ovechkin 8. Everything is, everything is like pressed on because it's a Fanatics version. If it was the Adidas version, it would be, stitched. So it's almost like a Swingman version, but it's still really nice. And I like that logo. And it's pretty detailed, like even for the Fanatics version. And I'm not a hater on the Fanatics hockey jerseys, so it's just a cheaper option, and sometimes it's all you can get your hands on, so you do what you do. But I like that eagle. I really like that eagle head with the silver, which is a little different in material, stitched on, or, what have you, where the rest of it is right onto the material, so it's like supplemented right on to the white. And you got your Washington on the inside, which is kind of cool, the way they did that. NHL shield and all. So I like it. I'm a fan. Like I said, when I first saw it, I'm like, ooh, that's different. And then you do have the red trim on the bottom, on the sleeves and on the bottom of the jersey as well. But definitely grew on me. I think this is a really nice jersey. I actually wouldn't mind if they wore this as like an alternate or something like that at some point, but we'll see. And now we're going to go from one Eagle to my birds, okay? So now we're going to go to the Eagles. And this is a very Eagle-centric video, isn't it? So far. So we have a vintage Eagles authentic jersey right here. I do have to give a big shout out to my buddy Slim. While he was over last weekend, he alerted me to this on eBay, and the price was just too good to pass up. So we got that authentic starter road Ricky Watters for Who For What, right? Shout out to Rez. I know Rez last week showed his was wearing his he met Ricky Watters, and he was wearing the legacy, I believe, Ricky Watters Mitchell and Ness jersey. But he did spend some time in Philly after his 49er days. Beautiful jersey, really nice and crisp. It's a vintage starter. So you got the yoke sleeves. I know Snacks is a big fan. Shout out to Snacks. There you got your starter logo right there with the eagle head. And I want to say this was one of the first years they put the eagle head on the road jersey, because they always had it on the home greens. But when they first came out, when they first rebranded to the midnight green, they did not have the eagle head on the white jersey. They had stripes. Mitchell and Ness actually made the Brian Dawkins rookie, the white jersey. And I do have a replica Ricky Watters with the stripes on the sleeves. So this is like one of the first incarnations of the white jersey with the bird, with their logo on the sleeves. Got the yoke sleeves going on. Everything is double stitched. Beautiful jersey. And their original word mark when they rebranded the Eagles. Now, of course, they're moving away from what they're wearing this year, which I don't like. I like what they have now, and what they're going to do is some sort of other font Eagles that just, I don't know, maybe it will grow on me. I can't say, it won't, but I like what they have now as the little word mark on the front. Plus, if they win the Super Bowl this year, that's 2 Super Bowls with that font. It's like, what are you moving away from it for? But anyhow, there's Mr. Ricky Watters, name on a nameplate, double stitched, 32, double stitched. I already got you the jock tag, inside tagging, the Players Association tag, little tag, and you got the starter tag. NFL Shield right there. So yeah, Ricky Watters. Running Waters for Who For What. There he is. Right there. Beautiful jersey. I always get nice Eagles jerseys. Well, all Eagles jerseys are nice. Let's face it. But I always get some really good ones when they go to Super Bowls. Because more people put stuff out. That's just how it works. And then this one just came in the mail. I know I mentioned this yesterday in my Season of the Fan. The Super Bowl 57 BG. This is a customized version. It's your replica. They do not make authentics with the patch. If you see them with the patch, someone got the patch put on it, because the teams that go to the Super Bowl, they don't make authentics for, and I don't know why. I don't work for Nike. If I did, I would make more. I would try to do everything you can capital wise, so you would pump out all the jerseys, authentics, swingman, replica, everything with the patch, right? But I want to talk a little about that too. But so you got the Super Bowl 57 logo pressed onto the jersey, and it's your generic, replica game jersey. There's nothing stitched besides the nameplate on the back. Now this was a custom option, so like on the website, it just had the the 00, and you could pick from the list, whatever player you wanted to get. And like I said yesterday when I did my, Season of the Fan video on the way to the pro shop at Citizens Bank Park, I said I picked BG because, I just thought that 55 would work really nice on this jersey. It's a bigger jersey. It's a 3X. It was the only size available, and it's just one size up from what I normally wear, so I'm like, all right. Beggars can't be choosers. But I knew I wanted to get a bigger number on there, and he's just one of those all-time Eagles. So, the strip sack in Super Bowl 52. Maybe he'll have another one in Super Bowl 57. Look out, Patrick! Here he come. So there's the BG Super Bowl 57 as the light goes out. Super Bowl 57 jersey. This light sometimes goes out anyhow. I'll take a look if I can. Might be too hot to try to do it right now. But we're going to move over where there's more light. Over here to the other side of the room. Let me turn off this. We'll turn off all the lights over there. How about that? That'll teach it. So we're going to move. I'm going to sit down, get the tripod all set up here. You know the deal. You know what I have to do. That wasn't a sign that the lights are going to go out in the Eagles. I don't think so. I don't think so. That light started flickering anyhow. I knew something was going to happen. All right, let me move this stuff over. Get this set up here. Apologize on the time this is taking, but you know, we have to do what we have to do sometimes. My goodness, my goodness. Okay, let's see. I think this is good. Maybe just adjust it just a little bit. Okay, move this over just a bit. Over. Get my background in there. All right. Okay, let's... All right, so... Actually, let me move this up a bit. Perfecto. So I have some hats to share, because usually I do. And the first one I just picked up yesterday from the Pro Shop. We got that Super Bowl beanie. So you got the Eagles logo, you got the Super Bowl 57 logo, NFL shield on the back. Nothing on the back other than that. It says Super Bowl 57. So, you know, can never have enough beanies. Just like hats. It gets cold in this part of the country, so, you know. Northeast. This is the only non-Philadelphia team hat in this video. The Mavericks. I picked this up off of, goodness, I want to say Poshmark. It was one of the two. You know, actually, it was Macari. It was Macari. So this was a Macari pickup. This was the City Edition, one of the City Edition hats from years ago. These are getting just harder to find, and I have the Luka jersey from this, so combo wombo, right? So you got to get the hat. It's a mesh back, but it has that same, you know, font that's on the jersey. People call it the Fresh Prince font, but, you know, well, there you go, a little Philly-related thing anyhow. But here's the Mavs on the front. Like I said, this hat will go with that Luka jersey. And we got this one from Hat Club. And I know I shared this. This hat I shared when I did my Combo Wombo Wednesday last week on Instagram. And I do thank you all for the support of that. It's always appreciated, so thank you all very much. I'm glad people like that series. This is a Hat Club hat. It's I forget what this was supposed to be a hook to. I think they had some sort of like alcohol or whatever, beer or whatever it was, but no, it's an Eagles hook. Come on. Who are they trying to fool, right? So we got the the Kelly green brim, the silver and white fat P. You got the, you know, the Kelly green with the white and, you know, right there. Good gray under, white gut. This came out, I think, a few weeks ago, and I grabbed it right away because I saw an Eagles hook to it. So you got the Eagles hook right there, even though they're not calling it one. But we know, Hat Club, you can't fool Eagle fans. You can't. You can try. You can say it goes with some beer. It's Eagles. We know. This one I picked up recently too. This is the Division Champs hat. Very difficult division to win this year. NFC East, no longer the NFC Least, right? So got the hat right there. This was from the Pro Shop. You know, it's a you know, net back snap, new era. And that was like one of the designs they went with this year, that kind of circle type of design. And they just made it into a Division Champs hat. And then, actually, excuse me 1 second. I don't think I need the TV on right there. And then this one I picked up yesterday too from the Pro Shop. This is your basic snapback Eagles Super Bowl 57 patch hat. And I got this because there was no fitteds available at all. in the pro shop in this style. But then I went to the KOP Mall yesterday, and there was an abundance of them at Rally House, and I did pick up Slim a size 8 Super Bowl 57 Eagles hat, and I'm like, yeah. I didn't want to get another one because I do have another snap coming in the mail because I didn't know if I would find one in the store, but it's a two-tone, so it's got the black brim and it's got the midnight green crown, and so it's different than this. But I'm like, I don't want to get too many Super Bowl 57 hats in case the game goes the other way next week. So I'm kind of waiting. If they win, hopefully they do. Maybe I'll grab a fitted, at some point in this. But hey, we don't want to get everything all right away. Okay. So some things we can just wait on just a little bit. Like I said, I got the other one from Fanatic, so it's still coming in the mail. But my NFC conference champs hat still hasn't shipped from New Era. And then I saw them all over the place yesterday. I'm like, should I get one? Do I take a chance? I'll wait. Man, just ship the damn thing. Come on, New Era. Stop playing around with me. But anyhow, so those are the pickups, right? We got the OV Stadium Series jersey. We got the vintage Ricky Watters for Who For What starter. Road white jersey. We got the Super Bowl 57 BG jersey, which I will be wearing on Super Bowl Sunday, next Sunday, with my buddies. Big Slim will be here. Mark M will be here. And I will be here. I'm just keeping it simple. I didn't want any big parties. I told people, hey, it's just us. Because if the Eagles are in it, I don't want to be distracted by anything. I just want to watch the game. And I know those two feel the same. So it's cool. I remember in Super Bowl 52, and you can go back and see my reaction, right? It was just me. I was just here alone, and I was in this house and sitting right next to where I am right now, and I watched them win. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I'm doing exactly what I did, although I'm having a few friends over, but it's going to be here. Where I saw them win Super Bowl 52, and we're hoping to see Super Bowl 57 champs as well. Keep it simple. Don't go crazy with the party. Just have a few friends over, and, we're going to hope to see a win. I will try to record some of it. I mean, during the game, it's tough because, I'm just so into it. I am so glad, though, that I did decide to record when I did during Super Bowl 52 on my iPad because that moment, I mean, I was able to capture that, and I didn't think, I just said, you know what, I'm just going to do it, and it all worked out. But, man, as I said yesterday, it was the 5-year anniversary, and just all the memories. In fact, Slim kind of told me last night that it's just the irony that we beat San Francisco to get to the Super Bowl this year because my video of my reaction to the Eagles winning Super Bowl 52 was 49 minutes long. And now we beat the 49ers to get to the Super Bowl. Maybe it's a sign. I heard today that when the Eagles left from the airport, a bald eagle was flying over the plane. I mean, that's what someone said. It was the bag packer for the plane, and it flew off before the plane. Hey, I'll take anything. I'm one of those that believes in signs and believes in, these things. Like I just, that it's like I can be a superstitious person. The day of the game, like I won't go on social media. I don't want to see anything Kansas City. I don't want to see Chief fans with their stuff. I'm very, last week I tried to stay off social media. I did see Rez but it was it had an Eagles connection, as it was Ricky Watters, and Ricky actually picked the Eagles to win the game. So, but I told Slim, I'm like, no, I don't want to go on the groups. I don't want to see the Niner fans. None of that. It's just Eagles. I just want to focus on this. We can worry about social media after the game, and that's probably how it's going to be on Sunday too. I don't want to see any Chief fans in their gear. I don't want to be a part of it. And I don't mean it in a mean way. It's just I'm a superstitious person. So I don't want that. I just want to be focused on my birds, and hope to see a dub. And it would be another big one. Believe me, it will be another big one. And I do hope to capture it next Sunday. Gotta figure out where I want to set the camera. Probably not going to film the whole game. I just don't think that's going to happen. But maybe I start filming like midway through the fourth quarter, because I think when I filmed, when I started filming in Super Bowl 52, it was during the drive that the Eagles took the lead late in the fourth quarter when Zach Ertz scored the touchdown. It was that drive, and it was from that point on, which was just nerve-wracking moments from that point on. I mean, all the gamut of emotion going through. So maybe, depending on how the game flow's going, depends on where I might, pick up from. But we're definitely hoping to see a win. It's going to be tough. I know Kansas City's a really good team, and they've been there, 3 out of the last 4 years. So they are not going to be an easy opponent at all. And they're hungry. They want it because they lost the last Super Bowl they were in, So it's definitely going to be a good matchup. I'm glad it's those two teams. I am. It's kind of the matchup when we were getting down to the nitty gritty of it. I'm like, Eagles Chiefs would be a pretty good matchup. I would like to, I'd like to see that, obviously, with Andy Reid and all the history. But Mahomes versus, Jalen. It's going to be a great game, I feel. I don't know if there'll be any Philly specials in this game, but I think there's a chance for it to be a really good game. And speaking of Jalen, I did secure an authentic Jalen Hurts jersey from a fellow member on Kings. And, whether or not the Super Bowl 57 patch gets put on there decides on how the game goes. But, I'm not a big authentic buyer, but I figure, Jalen, I think it's a pretty safe one to get, because I would imagine he'll be here for quite some time. So, we'll see. And of course you'll see that after I get it. But that's pretty much it in a nutshell right now. I actually did miss out on a jersey that I knew. It's a blessing and a curse when your team's making a run, because it's a blessing because you're a fan, you want to see them have success, but it is a curse in a way because then you spend going after gear and merge, all this stuff, right? So there was a Reverse Retro 2.0 jersey that I had my eyes on, and I was just waiting. I was like, let me see how the playoffs go. I don't want to go after it because it wasn't too pricey. It actually was a good deal, but I just got that Ovi. I'm like, if the Eagles win, I know what I have to do. So I'm gonna wait, and I knew it was risky, but I'm like, it's just what you have to do. Sometimes you have to make decisions. But it was a Carlson Golden Knights Reverse Retro 2.0, with that Vegas, with that, glow-in-the-dark Vegas across the front. And I'm like, that's a player I probably would have picked to get anyhow, because he was, he's one of those all-time, been with the team since their inaugural season. And either Carlson or Marchessault would probably be the guy I would have picked anyhow. So yeah, that 71, that pops on there. The font looks really good. It's a different player. You see Eichel all over the place, or some of those other players. That's definitely something I would go after. And I had it on my cart on eBay. I had it on there, and I'm like, do I? And the saying is, you hesitate, it's too late. And that's exactly what happened. So it sold the other day. I'm like, yeah, I kind of knew. I was hoping maybe it makes it until the end of February when I can jump on it a little easier with the credit card situation, with the billing situation. But I'm like, yeah, that one might get sacrificed with the Eagles run. And it did, and I'm not surprised. That was a popular jersey. I'm surprised it lasted as long as it did. It was there for a little while, but I couldn't, even with the paying for it, which we all know I love to do. I just couldn't. I couldn't move on it right away. Other things kept popping in there, and I'm like, I want it, but so that was a miss. That was That was a disappointing miss because it was a pretty good deal. It was actually, I want to say, around retail. And, the Vegas jerseys, if you see them on eBay, everyone wants crazy money for them. Same with the Capitals. It's like those two jerseys, right? The Caps and the Golden Knights are the two that were the big hitters from this batch of reverse retros, right? And so anyone who puts them up on eBay wants bank for them, But this guy was, he was reasonable. He had it up there. He had it up there for dark, I want to say it was around retail, and I think there was a best offer too, which I was thinking of, and I'm just, I had my eyes, I had my sights on that thing, and then it just didn't happen. Just didn't happen. Not that I'm upset with the Eagles making a run, but it cost that one, but is what it is, right? Sometimes you just have to know when to, can't get everything. I always say that, you can't get everything, and but there are ones that, if they get away from you, you feel like, damn, I probably should have moved on that one. Probably should have moved on that one, but it is what it is. Maybe another one will come along, or down the road. The good thing sometimes with people having an abundance of things is eventually the price is going to go down. So one of those Vegas jerseys will probably happen along the way. To be honest, I kind of I do want their regular jersey. Before even I mean, I would have grabbed that Carlson if I could have, but I kind of just want the regular one. If I can ever find one like a legit one with the inaugural on there, that one, yeah, that one, and the Seattle I definitely know I want to get with the inaugural like that. I'm still just waiting. I'm still waiting for my opportunity to grab one on Cool Hockey because it's gonna happen. That one is like at one of the top of the list. My next Cool Hockey pickup will probably be the Seattle jersey with the inaugural. That home jersey with the inaugural on there. And I'm leaning on Yanni Gourde so I can get with the assistant captain. Thank you to I think it was Luca Mack, a couple of those guys. When I did a live once, I was talking about, and I'm like, I kind of want a Yanni Gourde, but I can't remember if he was an alternate captain that year or not. Because obviously on Cool Hockey, they make them, and automatically if you pick a player and it's the alternate captain or the captain, it's there. And Yanni's an alternate captain. I couldn't remember if he was an alternate captain his first season with them or not, and indeed he was. I don't think he was the whole season, but there were images of him without the A, and then he had the A. But he had the inaugural patch on the other side, so I'm like, ooh. Because I was leaning McCann. McCann was the player who had their most points in their inaugural season. So I was he was one of the guys I was thinking of. And I'm like, that Yanni Gourde, though, that 37 with the alternate captain patch, that would look nice on that jersey. So I'm probably going to go after the Yanni Gourde first year Seattle, with the inaugural. So that's probably going to be the next Cool Hockey. There's other ones, too. I mean, there's others that are on my hit list. I still have to get the reverse retro Islanders at some point, the Fisherman 2.0. There's some others that are floating around. I saw another reverse retro that I don't think it's going to make it. I never say never, but I don't think it's going to make it. I have it in my cart. It's a pretty popular one. The price is kind of there, but it's a best offer. So I'm hoping I can, knock off some bucks and then do the paying for it whenever that happens. But obviously, if the Eagles win the Super Bowl, that's going to take presents, right? And we got to get the Super Bowl merch. And as I look around the walls, I notice I don't have that much space. Where am I going to put the Super Bowl 57 champs now? I think I can find some place for some things, but that's going to be some decision making going on when I get some stuff. Particularly if I get another banner like that big. I have a big that Super Bowl 52 banner. Oh, that's never going anywhere. That's one of the prized possessions after they won, and it's a big banner. It's like a flag banner. You've seen it many a time. But it takes up a lot of space. There it is right there, right? So would I get a Super Bowl 57 champ banner like that? Yeah, I mean, I think I would, but I couldn't put it next to it because I have things on the wall next to it that are nailed on, so I can't. So and that's a cool pennant I have right over there because it has all the different moments from Super Bowl 52 that I know the Patriot fans are very happy to see. But there, so that isn't moving either. So what I'm saying is I have not a lot of space to try to figure out where to put a Super Bowl 57 champs banner. So I might have to find another spot to put it. Now this would only be a problem if they win. I understand that, and I'm not getting ahead of myself. Here, I don't want to jinx anything, but I was like thinking of it the other day. Whoop. Maybe it's time to get a new tripod too. We're moving. This is starting to lose its luster here. So I was thinking of it the other day. I'm like, well, because you do have to plan. Not that I want to jinx it, but again, it's like, well, if it happens, then we gotta go after this or that or this. Like, if I get another banner like that, where is it going? So I may have to pick another spot in the room. Maybe move some things around that aren't exactly, that would be a little easier to move, I should say, and place it somewhere, Originally, I thought, like putting them back, like next to each other, over the rest of my time, right? As many Eagles Super Bowl championships as there could be, just like a stadium has the banners, But I don't think that's going to happen here. That we're gonna have to get creative with with the next one. And I have some like fat heads. Maybe I can move some of them and. We'll figure it out. Not that it will be less of an achievement as Super Bowl 52, but I mean, yeah, they might not be next to each other. They may have to maneuver around the room down here because this is where I want it all. Right, this is the man cave. I have to have all the Philly stuff down here. So we're gonna have to figure that out. But that will be a good problem to have if it does indeed happen next Sunday night, right? I remember I got that banner from Target. So I think I'm going to try to find another one from Target if they do indeed finish the job. Then I have to get the pennant. The pennant's easy, though. The pennants, putting pennants up is pretty simple. But big banners like that, that takes a little doing. I should hang them outside the house, right? They are. I know that Adam would he'll enjoy that if banners are hanging. You Philly guys, look at you putting banners outside for championships. Shout out to Adam, Patriot fan. He had his time. Now it's my time. It's our time now. Slim, it's us. They had, now it's us. They just have to get used to it. That's all it is. It's what I told them in the live with Rez. That you just have to deal with it now. Because we had to deal with it when these other cities are winning all the time. Now you're going to have to deal with it when Philly wins. When our fans get that time in the sun. Damn it. I know the Phillies union didn't close out the jobs. Well, the Eagles are just going to have to do it. Third time's the charm in the season, right? Well, maybe the Sixers can get out of the second round this year. That would be fun. That would be. Joel not a starter in the All-Star game. Everyone hates us. They just do. They don't want us winning anything. They don't want us winning MVPs, starters, and All-Star games. They just, all right, we'll just have to take hardware home then. You can give the MVP to Joker again all you want. That's all right. He sits during the last 5 minutes of games because he's a defensive liability, but that's all right. He gets MVPs over Joel Embiid, even though Joel is a pretty good defensive player as well. But that's okay. That's okay. We'll just have to get the trophy this year. That's just what's going to have to be. This is how it has to go down. Not going to let us have MVPs or anything. We're going to have to get out of the second round. You know, it could be one of those things. Maybe, just maybe, it's if the Sixers get out of the second round, maybe then they can win. Because they finally clear that hurdle. Maybe then it's all right. Then it's to the finals, championship. All they had to do was get out of the second round. Well, one can dream, right? Yeah, I know Boston's having a hell of a year. I understand. We're gonna see. I feel invigorated now. So my teams have found a way. Now let's get out of the damn second round, Sixers. Let's just do it. If we have to battle Boston in the finals, we'll battle them in the finals. We'll in the Eastern Finals. The tide has turned. Anyhow, we'll deal with that in the spring. We do have a Super Bowl next week. And like I said, I missed out on that Carlson jersey. But I knew it was a ticking time bomb on that one, just letting that sit. And this other one that I'm letting sit now, it might be the same thing, but I got to do what I got to do for these teams. If the Eagles win, that's more of that happening. And so some of these jerseys may have to just wait your turn. I was telling people at the store, is like, this past, from the fall and winter, with the Phillies, run to the World Series, now the Eagles to the Super. Yeah, there's been funds that have gone with these two back to back, boom, boom, and it does. It's like, this is what you do, but this is what you do as a fan, and this is what I'll always do. I'm one of those that does enjoy collecting, and when the teams are doing well, when they're winning and they're having, runs to whatever the final, series or game is, I mean, you get stuff, and that's what happens. Whether they win or lose after you get stuff is up to them, but you do collect, a decent amount, but it is what it is. But jerseys, so the Super Bowl jersey, I don't understand why these things aren't more available. It boggles the mind. So now they could come in stock this week, who knows, in stores. To this point, that Brandon Graham that I picked up, right? I haven't seen any green Eagle jerseys with the Super Bowl 57 logo on them. And we're talking about, these are stores in Philly, right? Nothing. The only ones that have hit the store are those silver, I guess they're fan jerseys. I don't even know but they're not, what they were in the game. And they have it's basically the same jersey. It has the logo, but it's not like a jersey the team would wear. It's like this silver jersey. It's a nice jersey. I mean, it is what it is, but it's not what they're wearing, So I want what they're wearing. So that's why I'm glad I had an opportunity to get that, Brandon Graham, but it's the only place I've seen it. And you're like, this is the Super Bowl. This is the biggest game in the NFL season, and you can't have more jerseys available with the logo? Like, what is going on here, right? Now, I can't speak from other years because obviously the Eagles weren't in it. When they were in it in 52, I got my Fletcher Cox Super Bowl 52 jersey from Modell's, and they were readily available. I mean, it was like the weekend before. It was basically this time of year before the Super Bowl, the weekend before the Super Bowl, and I got the Fletcher Cox, and they had like a bunch of players available and full run of sizes. So when I was out and about yesterday, nothing at the pro shop at the link. They didn't even know if they were going to get them. And then I went to KOP later that night, and I mean, Dick's didn't have them, Rally House didn't have them, Pro Image didn't have them. No one had the jersey. The only jerseys they had were those silver jerseys, and like those were the ones that they put out in abundance. But the regular midnight green Eagle jersey that they're going to wear next Sunday, nowhere available. And it's like, what in the world is going on? Like, why are these becoming less and less available during times of a championship, right? You would think that they would put them out more in abundance in these areas, particularly in Philly and Kansas City, the two teams, the cities, right? So that's confusing to me. And now they could get shipments in this week. I mean, I know there's always that, right? There's always it's when they get them, and they could get them. I mean, they can get them today. They could already have them today or tomorrow, or as we head into the Super Bowl weekend. But it's still odd to me. And I know Fanatics runs a lot. I mean, they run it, right? It's their deal, and some of these stores like a Rally House, Pro Image, I believe, are run by Fanatics. It's a Fanatics conglomerate. It's part of that umbrella, right? Mitchell and Ness is part of that. So I don't know. I know, like, right away, as soon as the team wins, whatever conference. So when the Eagles won the NFC last weekend and I went on Fanatics, I saw the Jalen Hurts jersey available. It was the only Eagle available. Jalen Hurts, that was it. And then later I saw that customizable one. They only had 3X left, but it was at least an option, and that's how I got the BG. Aside from that, I haven't seen it anywhere. Nowhere. No stores, no other sites. And it's very odd to me. And I don't know why, if it's a Nike deal, if it's Fanatics, or whoever is behind the wheel, but it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, this is the biggest game of the year. You can't have more jerseys available for it that aren't like the fan jersey. Put more game jerseys out there. That's what people really want. And I've noticed this in other sports too. The NBA, the finals. You don't see a lot of finals jerseys out there during the finals, right? And I remember years ago you would see them. You would see them on, whatever site they were available on. You would see different players available. I mean, now maybe you're lucky to see one or two players with the finals logo on the back. And then after they win, it's like Fanatics puts out, like, I got that Curry with the Larry O'Brien, but, I mean, that's really the only option you have, which is weird to me. I think the NHL, you still see enough of the Cup final jerseys put out there, and then after they win, they have a jersey with the, commemorative patch. I know in baseball, I mean, look, it just happened this past fall. The jerseys were pretty plentiful. It took a little bit to get them in, but like the New Era Clubhouse store had them, various different. The powder blue ones were tough. They didn't have those at first in abundance, and then they became like a customizable option later where you can go and get that done. I got the Real Muto done over the holidays there. But the authentics, like the actual authentics that they wear, they're just way too. They're $450, and then they don't make, like, they never made an authentic powder blue one. If you wanted that as an option, I know they made the white and the gray, but at least they were available though. Like, you can go to the store and you can pick one up, as I did when I got the Harper, the white pinstripe, red pinstripe Harper jersey. It's the replica jersey, but still it has the patch on there, and it's a World Series jersey. And those jerseys were available. Like, I can go to Pro Image and find, and I saw some there. I saw some at Rally House, at different places. So, now we're in Super Bowl week, and we still don't have the midnight green Eagles Super Bowl jerseys around. It's weird to me. It just is. But it might be something with, how they're coming in. I don't know. Or maybe most of them just got sold on Fanatics and that's it. Some of them. But you would think they would put aside some amount to ship to the stores. It's very odd. It's very odd to me. Now, you can always do a custom thing. You can get one of those jerseys, and you can find the patch on eBay or what have you, and you can send it somewhere and tailor or whatever and have them put it on. That's an option. It is. But again, not to have these jerseys readily available is just weird to me on the biggest game of the year. It just is a strange thing, and I don't know why it is the way it is. And again, you can blame Nike, you can blame Fanatics. I don't know. I don't know where the exact blame lies, but I think it's odd. Now, and again, it was 5 years ago, but those jerseys were pretty readily available at that time, and now nowhere to be found. And like I said, I feel I got lucky by getting the one I got on Fanatics, because A, it was available in a size that I can wear, and B, it's like I saw it when I saw it. I haven't checked if it's still there, but it's like, damn, man, this is a pretty big game, and these jerseys are not really readily available. Plus, the other thing is, I noticed like years ago you would have the home and road versions, and in some cases alternate too. They would have all of them available, so no matter what the team wore, you can get that jersey. Whereas now, I think it's just the color versions that are available. For the Eagles, it was midnight green, and that's what they're going to wear. But for Kansas City, the only ones available are the red jerseys, and they're wearing the white jerseys during the game. So, the Chief fans are just going to, if they care about this kind of thing, they have to get a white jersey, get the patch, and have it put on. Now, already, one of our, Chief fans in our group already did it with a Mahomes authentic, but still, I mean, that's got to suck too, because you're like, you want to wear what the team's wearing that night, and it's just not an option. It's not an option readily available with the patch. You would have to go a custom route for that. And that does kind of suck, right? But even if like you're an Eagle fan and you want the midnight green jersey and you don't wear a 3X, I mean, if you want to wear like a large or an XL, you just have to get if they don't become available in stores, you have to get a jersey unless you already have one and find the patch and get it put on. I don't know. It does kind of suck. But I guess it is what it is. I know other fans have complained about it, and now I'm seeing it. I mean, I remember the year, what was it, Super Bowl 53, the year after the Eagles won, when the Patriots beat the Rams. The only Ram jerseys available that I could see were their regular jersey, but they wore the throwback jersey that game, and I kind of wanted to get one of those throwback jerseys with the Super Bowl patch on it. I thought that would be hot. I couldn't find one. There were none available. The only ones I ever saw were like youth sizes. It's like, why are these not even out there for adults? This is, you would think you would make more. I don't know. It was weird, and I know the Rams. I don't know if they put out there right away that they were going to wear them. Maybe the decision came later and they just didn't have the chance to produce them. But obviously they made some of them because they had them for youth, sizes available. I remember back then, adult sizes they didn't. And the only ones they had for adults was, like I said, the regular, almost like those old St. Louis jerseys that they wore when they first came into L.A., when they wore those for a number of years before rebranding to what they were now. And so, you just didn't have an opportunity at the throwback jersey unless you got like a throwback jersey and got the patch somewhere and have it put on. And yeah, it is what it is, right? But, what can you do? What can you do? Beggars, like I said, can't be choosers. Sometimes you just get what you can. So it is what it is. But I thought I'd at least touch on that in this video because it's one of those things that I was kind of surprised with. More so that they're not available in store here. Like, they're not anywhere. Only the silver fan jerseys are out there. It's like, all right. I mean, it's a jersey. You can wear it. It's cool. But, I mean, I'm just one of those. I want, what they're wearing in the game. Now it's not an authentic jersey. It's a replica. But still, it's that midnight green jersey with the logo. This is what they're wearing. I'm wearing it, watching it as a fan. Okay, let's go, right? So, anyhow, excuse me. Oh my goodness, that came out of nowhere. That is my 2 cents on that situation. Oh my. Excuse me. But I think I will end the vid here. I didn't exactly stop at 49 minutes. It's actually 49 and a half minutes right now. But thank you all for watching. Thank you all for your time as always. I do have a little project jersey that I hope to get done this week. So my next video is probably going to be on that. So be on the lookout for that later in the week. And then after that, more than likely, it will be the Super Bowl 57 vid with the reaction of hopefully a win on Super Bowl Sunday, a week from tonight, next Sunday. Oh my goodness, a week from tonight, I'll be watching the game right now. Oh. Yeah. Now you start to get the butterflies, you know? But anyhow, that is going to do it for me. Those are the next few vids. Probably that will be on the queue coming out on the channel later this week, so be on the lookout for those. And as always, right, what do you got to do? You got to leave those likes, like, right? You got to make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and you want to make sure to also hit the bell icon so you always get notified to future vids by yours truly. We have, again, like a little project vid, jersey vid, I should say. Hopefully it will be out later in the week. And then after that, Super Bowl 57 with myself, Big Slim, and Mark M, hoping to see our Birds bring home the second Lombardi in franchise history, which will be very exciting. But join us, will you? And I will see you in that next vid. All right, everyone, take care.